The Buccaneers and Senators both brought 1-0 records into a Wednesday morning showdown. Let's meet the lineups as introduced by Frank Thomas and Milt May.
Well, we're here for our second game in Dream Week, and this is our starting lineup for this game. Jim Fergiel is our second baseman, and Jim got on base 3 out of the 4 times yesterday, and he scored 2 runs, so he helped us quite a bit. Michael Krushman is our shortstop. He hit the ball very well, got a triple yesterday, and he pitched 3 innings. Greg Love had 2 hits. He's a radio man from Pittsburgh. He's going to be our center fielder. Michael Rizzo is our catcher. He drove in a winning run yesterday. Robert Hurte, he's pitching today. He pitched 3 innings yesterday and did very well. And we have Stephen Millman, who's going to be playing left field today. He played center field yesterday, had 2 hits. We have Randall Lester as our third baseman, who had a rough day yesterday, but I think he'll be okay today. Walter Perrin plays right field for us, and he got on base a couple times. And Robert Moss hit the ball well in batting practice today, so we're looking for big things for him.
Leading off today after a big game yesterday, we learned a lot about our club. They showed a lot of heart, jumped out to a big lead, they hung on. A lot of guys showed a lot of character, which you need in this type of competition. Leading off today will be Jim Ross. We're using the same lineup as we did yesterday because we were effective, scoring 4 in the first and ended up with 10 runs. Dave Giordani, center fielder, good speed up front with Jim and Dave. Charlie Zapala, a big guy, hitting third today. Zeke Eisenhart, the MVP of the camp yesterday, got the gold rope winner. He's going to hit 4th and play first base. John Falk is going to pitch today. He didn't pitch yesterday, but he's had a good career pitching. He pitched some college ball, and we're looking for good things. Mark Shedlock, second base. Knees bothered him a little bit, but he's a scrappy player. Frank Wilbur is he's starting out as DH today. He had a good game yesterday, scored a run, drove in a run. Steve Barksdale starting out in right field today, got a couple big hits. I think he got 3 hits yesterday, drove in 4 or 5 runs. Ron Uselton is going to play left today. Ron also contributed offensively to the ball club yesterday. Elmer Dietz, he's our workhorse behind the plate, did a great job catching a near no-hitter yesterday. So we're looking forward to good things. We got a good competition today, and we'll just see what happens.
Kent Tekulve sent his Bucks out to do battle in our second game, and things got started quickly as speedy Jim Ferguel led off the bottom of the first with a liner up the middle off John Folk. But the Senators weren't about to give in as dependable Jim Ross jumped on a Mike Crusham grounder and converted a 6-3 double play to end the threat. The Bucks then showed some firepower in the field of their own. Crafty pitcher Bobby Hurte put some extra mustard on this one and sent down Jim Ross. Then Hurte got some help in the field with Mike Crusham and Bob Moss executing a nice 6-3 inning-ending putout on Charlie Zapala. Hurte continued to breeze into the 3rd inning, chalking up another K against Steve Barksdale. Next, Ron Usselton's grounder caused trouble for Crusham and Moss, and the Senators had something going. Jim Ross followed with a single to left field, putting 2 Senators on base with 2 out. Dave Giordani came to the plate with run-scoring possibilities abound, but Randy Lester fielded his hit cleanly at 3rd and ended the frame. In the top of the 4th, Gary Love knocked a John Folk pitch over the head of Ron Usselton for a 1-out double. Folk rebounded to strike out Mike Rizzo, and things were looking good for the troops of the Senators. Co-managers Keeson and May hoped that their squad could escape the once troublesome inning quickly. Suddenly, the Senators' worst fears were realized when a Bobby Hurte grounder skipped past the arms of Frank Wilbur, and Gary Love scored the game's first run for the Bucks. Next, Steve Millman played the percentages and drove one to the opposite field. Hurte trucked all the way around from first and beat a strong relay throw home to make it 2-0. In the bottom of the fourth, the Senators tried to return the favor in a hurry when Charlie Zappala lined a single up the middle. Things were looking up with one down as Craig Eisenhart stepped to the plate and pulled a grounder to the left side. But some clutch D by Mike Crusham, Jim Ferguel, and Bob Moss staved off the Senators' attempts. In the bottom of the fifth, the Senators were still in search of some runs, and Mark Shedlock contributed with his first hit of the game. Frank Wilbur followed with a grounder to the left side, which led to a Randy Lester to Jim Ferguel force at second, but allowed Wilbur to reach first safely on an errant throw. Next, Steve Barksdale hit a perfectly placed grounder that got him a classic infield single. Ron Usselton then went the other way, dropping one into right field to score John Folk and cut the Bucks' lead to 2-1. With 2 on and 1 out, Elmer Dietz hit a grounder to third, and Lester alertly turned 2 with first baseman Bob Moss to close out the inning with the Bucks still hanging on. Things really took off for the Bucks in the top of the sixth as the hit parade kept marching and the runs followed suit. First, Mike Crusham. Gary Love. Mike Rizzo. Bobby Hurte hit by a pitch with the bases juiced. Walter Perrin with an RBI. Bob Moss with another. Don't forget Jim Ferguel. Mike Crusham for the second time. Likewise for Gary Love, who chugs for 3. Mike Rizzo with some more success. Steve Millman to left. Ten runs later, the Bucks had tallied a 12-1 lead, and Frank Thomas counseled his pitcher on how to throw with a large lead. Jim Ross led off the bottom of the sixth with a single up the middle.
Come on, David, let's get going now.
Dave Gerdani follows with an almost instant replay.
Yeah. Come on, center. Second base, you got to play. It's all right, all right.
Two batters later, John Folk brings Gerdani home. But Randy Lester sees to it that no more damage is done. Finally, Hurte gets his win, and the Bucks take it 12-3 in a game that wasn't nearly as lopsided as the score would indicate.